Hey, welcome to Eric's and Sawana's Eye on Anthem. I almost blew it. Sorry. Gosh, I'm so used to saying it. Eric's Eye on Anthem because it used to be that,
purpose,
but
okay.
now, it's not on purpose. It's completely accidental. Because I love Target. Oh my gosh, are you already playing that? Jeez, targeted, discriminated. What else is wrong with you?
I'm going to file a lawsuit.
I'm a woman in a man's world. I'm trying to make my way. Oh my gosh, you guys, forget it. All right. Rich, how you doing?
I almost left.
Trustpoint Electric.
He's like,
you
this is
should.
too
Like,
much.
I didn't want to stay at a
can you be our marriage counselor? Like our,
I can.
God, we need
This is
one.
a toxic relationship.
It is, yes, but it's fun. This is my highlight of the month.
It really
As long
is.
as you're
Record
smiling,
this.
right?
Yes,
Exactly.
we are
Nice.
laughing, smiling. But enough about us and our problems. How's your world?
Living the dream. I don't really have any problems, right?
Oh my gosh.
I should say I don't have any problems that can't be solved.
I was like,
right?
can you knock on wood or something?
We could fix them.
I feel like
all over this place.
I'm nervous for you.
You know what? I read a book, and Napoleon, and I've used this twice this week, would wait 3 weeks to open the mail because by the time he'd open the mail, the problem was already taken care of.
That just kind of blew my mind a little.
Yeah, well, when he said he had no problems, I'm like, I have no problems when I ignore them, and they do work themselves out.
Yeah.
So crazy. Anyways, sorry. Why do I digress so much?
It's a
It's
day.
natural.
If we have our health, we have good problems, right?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's
All you need is your health. Everything else you
Yep.
can fix.
Yeah.
You can go get money. You can go get friends. You can go get family, kind of. But you can go buy a new one, I guess. I don't know.
1,000%.
Let's talk about what you're up to these days. Because we have a long relationship. We were neighbors when
Yep.
you first moved to Anthem. Literally right across the street. Are you
Yeah.
still there?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to say the address because I don't want your house to get,
Yeah.
decorated and stuff.
It's a really good idea.
Yeah.
I
Pat
appreciate
yourself.
that. Hopefully they would just drop off gifts.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be
Chocolate
no
and
toilet paper
stuff.
or nothing.
Right.
Yeah. So
Too
you
valuable.
came. Yeah. What year? Did you come to Anthem?
I moved out here. I was out here actually twice. We came out in 2004 when I first got married. With my wife, we bought a house in the Landing at the time. And they just, they were brand new. And then we ended up going back because I still had a lot of family and, people, my grandparents were still alive. So we got a little homesick. No kids at the time. And then we came back in 13. Wait,
13 permanently. And
yeah,
having
my kids
left.
my kids were born in 2007 and 12. So
Perfect. And you came back and started.
I originally started Anthem Electric.
Right.
Yep. And I had Anthem Electric for 4 or 5 years.
That's when I met you.
Yeah. Yep.
The
PBA.
young
We were in
little
a
girl
PBA
that
together.
you were PBA.
There's so many.
PBA
It's amazing
together.
the PBA relationships, like
Yes.
Tommy and Scott and you guys, and it's like So
Pro
And how far
bowlers?
everyone's gone. Preferred businesses.
Oh, yeah.
Pro
I forgot.
I'm definitely also a pro bowler.
I still call it the Pro Bowl. Because I had the BNA.
Oh, yes.
And then the Pro Bowler started theirs like 6 months after the BNA started. And that was like a competition for leads
We were the
groups.
better group. It's fine.
And then like 100
sure.
groups started afterwards. So I actually shot a video that made fun of all the leads groups starting in Anthem way back
I
when.
would love to see that.
You have never seen it?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I think I've only two, and then maybe like there was a BNI that popped up or something like that, or
there
There's
was
a
the
few now.
That was brief.
There was the BNA, the BAA, the PBA, the BNI, the LaTip Club. Like we had like 9 of them at
Really?
one time.
Oh wow.
Well, that's why I started the chamber, because in a leads group you only
Yeah.
have one type
Right.
of each
Extreme.
business. And I wanted to work with every real estate agent in Anthem.
Right.
So I'm like, I got to do something to get everybody involved because this is dumb. I got one agent and they're like, kick that guy out of your group. I want in your group. And I'm like,
Well, who doesn't talk to their fellow? Like, I know when I moved here, the first thing I did was reach out to my competition and
Right.
say, hey, I'm new in town. I don't want to destroy the market. How's everything going?
Yeah.
And I got crickets, but it was okay.
yeah. Well, some of them are not have that openness. They either have the scarcity mindset or the abundance mindset.
Right.
And you had the abundance mindset.
When I talk to
coming
most of them
Anthem.
now, like now we're friends because I harass them in Home Depot, make fun of them. We throw stuff at each other. We have a good time. So
You're like, I'm not going to let it go.
yeah, it's cool.
You're
It's,
going to love
you know
me.
what? Yeah, I want to enjoy it. So, yep.
What's the number one electrical thing people are doing these days?
There's a lot of EV chargers.
That's what I was trying to get
That's
to. the
probably
EV
one of
chargers.
the
It's insane.
one of the biggest ones. I would say that's like the most popular. That's a need versus an educational side. Like there's a lot of educational stuff that's out there that with technology that people don't know that's out there. But I'd say EV chargers is probably
Doing a
one
lot
of
of
the
EV chargers. Houses in Anthem. Do houses, when they start aging and stuff, do they need to be rewired or looked at, or a surge protector at the base of the house, or
surge protection's code now for us.
really?
So yeah, we have to do it when we upgrade the panel. We have to put in whole home surge.
Really?
Yep.
So you don't have to have those outlets in your house anymore that with 9 plugs.
No,
the
you
surge
don't. I mean,
protector?
people still string them along like they're,
Right.
but no, you don't. It's funny when you talk about like anytime there's track homes being built or like mass production and things like that. Anthem's coming up, Anthem's getting there in age now, right? From when we first got there. So I think that there's a lot of things that are surfacing and a lot of different things that the builders did that are coming up that we find are just like the cracks were the most obvious first thing, right? The ground settling, the pipes on the outside of your meters, they crack, or your drywall cracks. People have experienced that a lot. That's a prequel to like other issues, things that weren't done correctly, whether it be plumbing, HVAC, or any of the building aspects. And now you're seeing more stuff like loose connections or gas leaks. Like we see a lot of that stuff.
Do you guys don't check for gas leaks, do you? Or do you?
On the units we do, on the HVAC units, because now we
okay.
do air. So yeah, we do. We found 2 in a customer's house last week. Yeah, and sometimes they're to an area where the unit's been replaced by someone else after the fact, and in some places they just haven't been touched since the home was built. Right. And it's just, over time, things happen. So that's why regular maintenance is really important. So.
Are you still seeing air conditioners that are from the original build on some houses?
I think, and Chris would be able to answer that way better than I can because he's in and out of houses every day for it. I've seen a lot of original things, like a lot of, there's probably still a couple air conditioners out there. But I mean, most of Anthem has been, people are pretty on it.
Right.
Pretty well.
05, I think.
Take care of
that. Yeah. And when you lose air conditioning out here, it's
99 when the first house was built. Yeah.
Yeah. So they had a lottery, right, and everything because it was hot.
If you listen, we have a show that we recorded with one of the guys who was the first one in line, David Shank, who happened to be the realtor in my leads group.
Oh, really?
The first, because my buddy down in Central Phoenix said, "Hey, when you move to Anthem, look this guy up," and. So I asked him, I'm like, dude, I hear you're going to be the Anthem guy. I'm going to start a leads group. Him and I and 2 other people started it.
Bid on, that was also on the show, talk about bidding as well. And he's since sold it.
Which Mark?
Curtis.
Oh, yeah. No, well, Mark did it when the second wave. This was the first wave.
Okay. Yeah, my mother-in-law had to do a lottery, like when they first.
Yeah.
They had to take Scottsdale Road to get up there.
Yeah.
And they had they did their lottery thing and they got their house. And
I did a lottery when I moved to the Panhandle. I was behind for Eyes originally, and then I did a Panhandle, and it was a lottery.
Really? Wow.
Lottery, when you know people.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah.
I want to talk about all your different pivoting and growth through the year. So you started as Anthem Electric, and that was you in a truck.
Yeah, pretty much. Me, I only had 2 trucks, yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then where have you gone since then?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I first came out here and started Anthem Electric, it was a different animal than what I was doing in New York. Mm-hmm. So it was in New York I was more commercial than I was residential. Home service is not as predominant.
Yeah,
it's different animal. So when I came out here doing Anthem Electric was great. It was again, I still didn't have the whole picture, or electrical was always in the target, and that was always my main priority, but it was never to what size or to what or what level. So I think that when I had Anthem Electric, and then I ended up, merging or kind of not merging, but, working out something with ProSkill and going there. I was there for 5 years. Mm-hmm. So, and then, that really opened my eyes to a lot of how to serve the customer at a high level and more that you were in customer service than you were in your trade. Yeah. That was a really big eye-opening experience. And then I left ProSkill in the end of 23 or beginning of 24, and Trustpoint Electric for 24 and 25, and then we just merged with McConaughey Mechanical, so for Trustpoint Electric and Air. So
that's so exciting! Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. I mean, and we were just saying, right? I look at everybody sitting here and how much we've grown in the years since we've met each other, mm-hmm. right? I mean, God, you've done Salt Spa and like all these different really cool things. So I think it's cool when you can, and Tommy for that matter, or sure. We're all friends, and it's like you watch everybody grow and evolve and just kind of get better and better. It's cool. So. And
I love that we're not all just like married to one idea. We talk about this a lot on our podcast, because I think people will go into owning their own businesses or whatnot and think this is what I have to stick to, and if it doesn't work out, then I've failed. And it's like, no, you've learned whatever you needed to learn, and gained quite a ton of skill set, right? And now you're moving on to the next thing. It doesn't always have to be one way or another.
Well, and happiness, making that your main, right? Like most of us started to work for ourselves because we didn't want to work for someone else.
Correct.
And we wanted the freedom, or we wanted the ability, or maybe our family had certain schedules that we needed to do. I think that at the end of the day, you know, you go to bed every night with your thoughts, you wake up every morning with your ambitions, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
So I would say it's most important that, you know, you're happy with what you're doing. So.
And you're super community driven too. You've always been super involved in your community. How do you feel like that's helped you through the years?
I think that, right, there's good and bad to everything. Like, you know, it's everybody's watching you, but then everybody's watching you. So it gives you the chance to really it gives you the chance to get a lot of feedback, like from friends, from family, from customers at that point. And sometimes even when it's not necessarily always what you want to hear, the trick is to make it positive, right? Spin it to be like, well, you know what, this is a learning experience. Yeah. And I thank God, I mean, again, knocking on wood, I haven't had too many of those. I try to just think to myself a lot, like, if I'm walking in a supermarket, if I'm in Fry's, can I keep my head up? And is there ever an aisle I'm going to go down and I'm like, I can't go down there because that person's there? I can honestly say there's not. So I feel like that when you're in a small town, that's like a cool thing that you can, like, it makes you want to be better pretty much every day. So if you can kind of treat your business like that and grow it that way, then I feel like it only improves you. I don't think there's really any negatives to that. So
hearing you say that, I can't think of a single person that could ever possibly have said a negative thing about you. Like, you've always stayed above board. Well, I haven't heard them. They haven't said anything to me. You just have a very positive outlook on, like, you're a very honest guy. You're a very easy person to talk to. Like, I've just enjoyed knowing you through the years, and it's really exciting to see all your growth.
No, it's all I can say is I just try to do my best. I don't think that I mean, God, no means nobody's perfect, right? We all have our times when I think that when you have those times, and I just said this to my team last week, I said, you know, really, we don't get defined when everything's going perfect and life is great. Like, it's not really a defining moment for people. It's really when things go bad. What happens when you have that person that calls you at Friday at 6:00 at night and they're annoyed or they're frustrated or they're aggravated, right? And that's when you don't lose your cool. You take that deep breath and you go, you know what? I got to try to help this person as much as possible. And again, I'm not perfect, but I think that's where just the process, it helps you just to try to just, you know, to just be better.
Yeah.
So, but it's a work in progress every day, right? That's all of us.
We always are.
What are you doing over there?
I'm just hanging out listening to this PBA moment.
It's a PBA moment.
Yeah, you guys are having a moment. I'm just hanging out, watching.
Here.
Huh?
Are you still playing professional poker?
No. I'm.
I was hoping to see you in WHOP.
Yeah, I
Why
would.
did you come to my
WSOP.
poker tournament last week?
I'm hoping. I didn't even know what was going on.
Oh my
He
gosh,
would have gotten
I
first
posted.
place.
But I will tell you, you know what? I think that I get fixed on certain things, and right now, you know, Trustpoint Electric and Air is like a primary.
All-consuming.
So I stopped a lot of that because that takes a lot of work too. You know, you have to read a lot and you have to keep up on different strategy and stuff like that. So it's all about, you know, what the priority is.
Yeah.
What is your priority? Growing the company? What's your end goal here?
I think that when it comes down to customer service as a whole, and, you know, for me, I've done a lot of reading and a lot of different, like, listened to a lot of different stuff and podcasts, and I've read coaches, and like I try to. I think that overall, when we understand our business, and when I say our business, I mean, you know, whatever business you have, you know, your team. Like, to me, my team is my first customer, one of my most important customers. So I think that my first goal out of everything is to build a solid, something that they're proud to come to every day, and that they know that the company would do anything for them, and it's a two-way relationship. So I think that's probably my priority for Trustpoint, is to make sure that we are, like, unmatched when it comes to the employee experience. So, like, there's a lot of great people out there doing a lot of great things, like, you know, dream managers and different setting paths for their employees. There's just so much out there. So I want to really be able to have my version of that, Trustpoint's version, and I want to give a great product. I want to be able to. I don't really think that we're like any other electrical I know that sounds weird. Like we fix switches and I fix outlets and stuff like that, but I don't think that we're the same as, I don't think anything's apples to apples. I think that we're oranges and, and there can be apples and bananas, but we're just different.
Right. That's how I feel at VIP. Like and we only want the best of the bunch. We don't want the apples.
You focus a lot on your employees as well.
Yes.
That's where you guys get it right for sure.
Yeah.
How did you wake up one day and say, I think I want to be an electrician? Like I want to know where this came from. Cause
so my grandfather was a brickie in Manhattan, and he worked on like Empire State Building, and he worked on, part of the Trade Center and all the different stuff. So I think like I always had the construction side. I saw this hardworking man come home every day and provide for his family. So that was, I think that was big for me. I didn't know if I wanted to do bricklaying work though. So that was a little different, but I had a family member who was an electrician in the Bronx and took me for a summer helper. And I just fell in love with it. It was like, you know what, I can do stuff with my hands. I can actually see things that work. Like when I'm done, they work, light turns on. And I just, it totally consumed me at the time. So I just was destined. I was super hyper focused on becoming a master electrician as early as possible. So I just did everything I possibly could to.
And in New York, you have to be union, right? Pretty much.
You don't. I was in the union in New York, but you can be union or what they call open shop or non-union. I went to a technical school my sophomore year in high school. Junior, because you had to be at least a junior. And I did that for 2 years in addition to going to like the regular classes you have to take. So, and it was a big kind of life change because I was originally, when I was in the Bronx, I went to Fordham Prep, which was a Jesuit, learn Latin and all this different, kind of, I don't know, different education. And then I moved up to Westchester County, which is like right outside the outskirts of New York, and maybe like 20 minutes outside the city. And I went to public school, so it was totally different than private school that I was at my whole earlier, and decided I wanted to get into the trades. So now I was going to a trade school half of the day, and I did that for a year, and then I did really well with that. So they had like this like a work program where you can go and get a job with a contractor. So my technical teacher got me a job with a contractor, and I would go to like gym in the morning. I'd do like gym, English, and something else that you have to do. I forgot, economics maybe or something like that. And then it was right to work. So I was on the job site my senior year at like 9:15 every day. And I worked from 9:15 to 4. And so I had an extra year in the trade. So by the time I got out, I was like, okay, I'm going to use that year. I'm going to use the year I worked with my family member in the Bronx. And then I was able to kind of I got my master's license at 23. So it was, and they still gave me like a year problem with being too young. So I was like the second youngest. So I was pretty happy with that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
I love to know everybody's backstory because we don't always get that. And people see your trucks and they're like, you see the truck and not the person.
Yes.
So
you know the story.
You know the story behind the story.
Yeah.
We always love to know the story behind the story. That's what we do it for.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's been a good ride. I've been having some fun so far. So
good.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
I almost said sex.
I heard it.
Jeez. And your merger with Chris.
Yeah.
That's a big one, huh?
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, great guy. Like, we really, we align very well in how we treat customers and how we conduct business. So
yeah, he sponsored a lot of my golf tournaments back in the early days when I had We Care 03, 04, 05. So he's been around forever. Like,
yeah.
Great
and
guys. He's
very passionate about like things like I know we just did the military ball.
Yeah.
And like, there's just like things that are like, they're just really cool things. And he's
important.
Yeah. And he's very, he's got a great heart. So it was good.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rich.
Absolutely. It was my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It's good having you.
Thanks for having us. All right. Go have a great week. Kick it in the teeth. And we'll see you next time.